The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow, vital maritime choke point between Iran and Oman, connecting the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. It measures just 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. It handles roughly 20% of the world's petroleum supply and significant amount of liquid natural gas. The Strait of Hormuz acts as the aortic valve of the global economy, accommodating about 20% to 25% of the world's seaborne oil trade. This choke point is the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. It is an irreplaceable route for energy and cargo ships. You can say this Strait of Hormuz is the only major commercial artery in the world named after a deity. It derives from the Hormuz, the Middle Persian rendering of Ahura Mazda, the Zoroastrian god of wisdom and cosmic order. Talking about the territorial borders, Iran borders the strait to the north, while Oman and the United Arab Emirates borders it on the south. Despite being the world's most critical energy corridor, navigation is tightly constrained to tiny traffic lanes. A strict traffic separation scheme, TSS, requires inbound and outbound ships to sail in lanes that are only 2 miles wide, separated by a 2-mile buffer zone. This forces large commercial ships into a highly constrained path. The Persian Gulf is a geographic dead end for seaborne trade. The only way in or out for the major producers like Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Qatar is through the strait. You will be amazed to know that approximately 20 million barrels of crude oil and petroleum products, with approximately 20% of the world's liquefied natural gas (LNG), pass through the strait every day. The strait is a massive linchpin for South Asian economies, with about 40% of India's crude oil imports and 54% of its LNG imports passing through this narrow maritime corridor. You can say over 80% of the petroleum leaving the strait is bound for Asian markets. China, India, Japan, and South Korea relying heavily on this strait. Though major exporters like Saudi Arabia and the UAE have constructed cross-country pipelines to bypass the waterway, as their combined capacity cannot handle the massive volume of daily supply through Hormuz Strait. When we talk about the regional control, due to the geography of nearby islands such as Question and Larak and the placement of naval bases, Iran has significant military advantage and the ability to influence vessel transit using drones, missiles, and fast attack boats. Historical and recent conflicts in the area have demonstrated how quickly disruptions to shipping lanes can trigger global oil price spikes and supply shortages. Far beyond oil, in ancient times, it has been a crucial trade corridor for over 4,000 years, moving silk, frankincense, and pearls between Mesopotamia, India, and the Indus Valley. In early 16th century, the Portuguese recognized the strategic value of the Strait of Hormuz, captured the island of Hormuz, fortifying it to control all trade between Europe and Asia. But later on, in 1622, they were ousted by the Safavid Empire with the help from the English East India Company. But now Iran controls the northern coast of the strait and several islands within it, using fast attack crafts and defensive missiles to exert significant influence over the Hormuz Passage. Last but not least, Hormuz has always been a crucial route for exports of fertilizers from Middle East, where natural gas is used heavily in the production process. About one third of the world's fertilizer trade normally passes through the strait. The strait is also a vital channel for imports to the Middle East, including food, medicines, and technological supplies. About 3,000 ships usually sail through the strait every month, but due to recent hostilities, it has dramatically decreased, with Iran threatening to attack tankers and other ships. However, currently, military conflict has led to a spike in risk premiums to more than 0.4% of ships' hull value per crossing. For a $150 million supertanker, this adds to an extra 600,000 US dollars in costs for a single passage, making trips unviable. The Hormuz Island, which lies at the mouth of the strait, is often referred to as the Rainbow Island. It is famous for its red soil, which is so bright and vibrant that it is used for cosmetics, paints, and even in making utensils. Its red beaches make the surrounding waters appear like blood. Since seagrass is abundant in this area, the shallow waters are home to the world's second largest dugong population. This is Facts About the World. Thank you for watching.